Hi everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another apartment renovation, and today I'm going to be doing a renovation of 2B Jasmine Suites. So this is I believe just 2 apartments in this apartment block here in the Spice District in San Myshuno, and this is actually the apartment that my main sim Vincent Wilder from my City Living LP lives in. And I felt like, you know, since he has, well, I'm not going to ruin the storyline or anything, but you know, since he does have a little bit of money at the minute, I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and give his apartment a little bit of a makeover, since, you know, it isn't the best place and, you know, a lot of the appliances and everything like that were a bit low quality, so I thought that'd be a good idea. So the layout of everything is kept pretty much the same apart from that living room area, because normally in that apartment, the kind of like the TV is in the middle of the room, but I did go ahead and change that to put it against the wall, and you'll see that a little bit later once we get onto there. But everything else is pretty much in the same place. Now, another thing I did was actually make the kids' bedroom, which was normally in this apartment, I did change that to start with as well, but what it's like default, I changed this into a toddler's room with for 2 kids, because Vincent does have 2 kids, and you'll see that I had to put them in the bathroom for this, because just to keep them out of the way while I was doing the renovation. And they will be aging up pretty soon, so I did go ahead and just do the toddler room now to save me doing it a little bit later. So another thing I didn't really do in this thing was cut out a lot of, because normally in my speed builds I kind of like jump cut, just showing you a little bit of each room that I'm working on, but some of you don't really like me when I do that, and also I felt like I see what you mean, and I feel like I shouldn't really, you know, cut out as much as I do, because sometimes I don't realise how much I cut out. So I think I pretty much kept the video how it was, apart from when we got onto the kids' room. It did take me a little bit of a while to figure out what I was going to do with it, so I did cut out a little bit of that. So for this apartment, in terms of the colour scheme, I kept it pretty much neutral colours, which is something that I try to stick away from, because I feel like I use it a little bit too much, but it is just, you know, a really nice, you know, colour combination to use. And since I am going to be playing in this apartment, and, you know, I don't really want to do something that I'm not going to like, so I just went with something a little bit safe, if that's the right way to put it. And yeah, so we're just working on the you know, the what's it called, the kitchen here, and I did pause for a second here and I forgot to cut that out, which is maybe one bit I should have cut out, because this is sometimes what happens, why the reason I cut stuff out, and I forget to do it. Anyway, that didn't last long. So we're working on kind of like the dining area here, which again is kept in a pretty similar place. I kind of wanted to modernise it a little bit, so you would have seen the chairs I used there and some things like that. Some of the furniture choices are a little bit more modern. And another thing I did as well was, what was it I was going to do? Oh yeah, well, I can't remember what I was going to say, but I've just remembered. This is up on the gallery as well, so make sure you head over there. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1 to go ahead and download it. And this, well, since it is an apartment and you can't actually get apartments on the gallery, what I did was I had to remove one section of wall from each of the rooms. So when you go back in, you'll have to add in that, you know, piece of wall into each room, so you can, you know, have it functioning properly. It's a little bit annoying sometimes, because you have to save them as a room to the gallery. Maybe that'd be something in the future that, you know, the fix or something like that. But you know, it doesn't really bother me that much, and I don't really download apartments myself, so it isn't really a big deal to me. Anyway, so one thing I didn't do, which I was like planning on doing, was actually changing the doors in this place, because, you know, they are one of the lower quality ones. But for the main wall, really, the front door, I was just supposed to say, I don't know how that came out. Anyway, you can't actually change that since it's part of the actual apartment block. So I just kept the doors, you know, the same as what they were, because I didn't really want to have, you know, a couple of different types of doors. I don't think that would look right. And yeah, so we're just, you know, we're pretty much finished with this outside bit. I think this took me about 45 minutes in total, which is, you know, added in the bit at the end as well, where I did the screenshots and stuff. So it probably took me about 40 minutes or so. And yeah, so I'm trying to talk a little bit slower in this build, because I've realised that, you know, I get a lot of comments saying that I talk too fast, and I know I do, but when I'm like doing the voiceover, I can't really help it, because I just don't, you know, think I'm talking fast in a way. So, you know, I do try to, if it's a shorter video, I kind of pay more attention to it. I don't know if this video is up yet. You know what, I'm not going to ruin it, because I feel like it might not be up by the time you see this. It's in one of my townie makeovers coming up. I realised that in that video I really focused on making sure I was talking a bit slower, and yeah, I don't really want to ruin who it is. Oh, you know what, I'm just going to say it, Nancy Landgrab. It's that makeover I'm doing. I don't know if it's up yet. If it is, you know, great. If it's not, well, that's coming up. And in that video I really focused on making sure that I was talking a lot slower, and I think it worked. And because it was, like I said, a much, you know, shorter video, it was like much easier to concentrate on it. But these type of videos which are a little bit longer, you know, I can't really focus on it that much. But in today's video, now like I'm talking about it, I feel like I will, you know, manage to do that. And yeah, so we're pretty much finished with this outside bit of, you know, like the main area of this apartment. I'm just going through now with the curtains and paintings and stuff. Since this is just one open room, I left that to the end, which is something I do sometimes where, you know, I do all the basic bits and then I come back at the end to do the curtains and lights and, you know, paintings and that sort of thing. But I kind of went as a wait, that didn't make sense. I went as a, no, what am I trying, you know what, just forget it. I can't think what I was trying to say there. So as you will see there, I did change the placement of the TV in like living room area, because normally in this apartment it is in the middle of the room, which, you know, it looks okay. It isn't normally something I would do, but it looked okay in that style. But I did change it here. But I did leave me with the problem of having a bit of an open space there, where you come in with the front door bit. Oh my god, I just totally realised I forgot to put a computer in here. Oh no, but I'm going to have to do that when I go back in, that's okay. But for you, if you download it, you'll have to add in another computer, because I did forget to do that. For the budget of this, I had like 50,000 or so in my household funds, and that's what I was going to use, because since this is for my own gameplay, I didn't go too crazy with what items I was using, because, you know, that's actual money that I was going to have to play with as well, and, you know, do the apartment renovation with. So if you don't actually watch my City Living LP, then I do actually had this going on for a little while. It's my only LP, well, apart from my Ultimate Plan Sim Challenge, it's the only LP I have ongoing at the minute. I don't, you know, I used to do a lot of LPs, kind of, well, not really compared to what some people do, but, you know, for me, I did do a few LPs at one time, and LPs, to be honest, aren't really something I enjoy that much. It just, I don't know why, it doesn't really enjoy me that much. That didn't make sense. I don't enjoy it as much, I was supposed to say. Like my Collins Family Let's Play, which I ended a little while ago, because, you know, I wasn't enjoying that as much. And I felt like that went on, well, I literally ended it on the day marking 1 year of that LP. April the 28th was the day, April 28th, 2016 was the day I started my Collins Family Let's Play. And on April the 28th, 2017 was the day I actually finished it as well, which was, you know, I didn't really plan it that way, it just turned out that way, which is great. Anyway, so we're working on the kids' bedroom, which is the bit, as you've seen there, was the only jump cut in this video, because I felt like it's just, this room is a little bit of an awkward shape, and it took me a while to figure out where I was going to put everything, so, you know, it did take me a little while to do that. And I'll probably change this room as I go a little bit as well, since, you know, it is for my own gameplay. And yeah, so we're pretty much finished with this video. We're coming up to the screenshots in maybe a minute or two. And what else was I going to say? Oh my god, why did I keep forgetting it? It was something I was going to say at the beginning and I've totally forgot again. I can't remember what I was going to say. Well, I don't know if I just mentioned this or not, but another thing I was going to mention was that I'll probably end up changing this as I go a bit. And something that I don't really do is using my own builds in my own gameplay. The last time I did that was like back when I started my channel, when I had a little LP going on for Newcrest, a Newcrest LP. Like, how on earth can you make an LP out of Newcrest? I don't know what I was thinking. But I did do that, and I built a starter home, which was actually the first home I ever built, I believe, and I did use that for a bit, but, you know, that LP literally lasted 2 episodes, and it was totally just a mess, so I just ended that, and that's when I started my Collins Family LP after that. And yeah, so we're ending up with the, well, that didn't sound like, oh my god, what is wrong with Yeti? I'm talking slower and I'm messing up more. Anyway, so we're at the end of the video here, so I'm going to leave you with some screenshots of everything, how it turned out in the end. Make sure you go ahead and download this from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1. Make sure you go ahead and check out the playlist for my City Living LP if you don't watch it already. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!